What's up, beautiful souls? Hope you guys are having an amazing day so far. Your boy Loon is back with another Reddit read, and today we're gonna be back on a subreddit that we haven't explored in a while, and I know that you guys absolutely love this one. It's a chaotic subreddit. It's gonna be ShortGuys. And I know I'm gonna be making some enemies here because for those of you guys that don't know, this subreddit does not like me or my channel. I've been posted on here a couple of times. People from this subreddit had gone to my comment section and berated me and said, oh, what does this guy know? Cope. When they don't realize I'm a fellow short guy. I'm 5'4", and I'm just sharing my experiences and hoping to add some advice and positive vibes, but they also don't have to listen to me or watch this video if they don't want to. But anyways, I'm excited to dive into it. And also, if you don't know, r/shortguys is essentially the subreddit here, where a lot of guys, it's got like 19,000 members, and usually it's them sharing their experiences, negative memes and negative things about being short. But sometimes it's like, okay, but some of them get really self-deprecating and sad even, and then also hateful towards women and stuff. So it is in the whole sphere of the incel sphere that we explore on this channel. So with that being said, I have the top posts of the month, and let's give our honest read and honest opinions on these posts. All right, so we got the first one here. Why is this so accurate? This is the biggest post of the month on the subreddit, and we've got a drawing of, I'm going to say, a girl, and it says, I love the short king community, but I would never, ever date a short king. What? Hold up. So I think they're complaining or saying that an ugly girl would be the one to like the short king community, but also say that they don't like the short king community, like wouldn't date one. I don't know. I don't like to be, see, my whole thing with this of being short is I don't want these guys to think that this is who they are only. Like, yeah, we're all short dudes. I'm 5'4". That is part of me. But there are other parts of me, and there's other parts of you guys that are probably great things. I hope so, at least, that people can see. And then, you know, there are going to be women out there that are like this, that could be ugly and also say, oh, I never date a short king, but I love short kings. But who cares? You're not going to want to date those girls anyways. But yeah, let's go and continue into the comment section. So we got another 5'4" guy that says, that's why I hate the term short king. It's insulting and they don't even realize it. It derives from the Napoleon complex story. Fun fact, Napoleon actually wasn't that short. Yeah, the actual height was estimated to be 5'6", 5'7". So he was taller than me. I mean, I know some people can consider that short. He seemed to be really short, though, because all of his army men were a lot taller than him. So in comparison kind of thing. Short men live longer, Oxford study. Such hypocrites, all of them. Okay, referencing a girl like that. Yeah, I mean, if a girl is into a white guy that's tall, that's cool. My girl's not. I have a girlfriend, and I'm 5'4", so I don't know. It's possible, guys. And I've also dated I'm not going to say like a lot of women, but a good amount of women in my life. I think I've done pretty well as a 5'4" guy. I think once you stop identifying as just that and many other things, that's when you become more interesting. And don't get me wrong, it is an uphill battle for sure. Like being short kind of does suck when you're younger, especially. But if you start getting comfortable with being short and accepting it and moving on from it, that's when you can get better. And also like this whole thing about the short term, the term short king, I don't mind it. If someone's using it in a deprecating way, yeah, that's kind of messed up. But I think short king, like, yeah, I'm a short king. I would consider myself one. Anyways, in case your day wasn't already effed. All right, we got a meme here. When you catch feelings, but remember what you look like, with a sad guy and a candle. See, this is sad. If you feel this way, genuinely, I mean, I feel bad. I remember when I was younger, there was many times where I didn't like how I looked. Hell, I had a ED or eating disorder at one point for a couple months. And yeah, it's not a fun time. It's not a fun feeling to not feel confident in yourself. What can help with that? A lot of things. I mean, you can spew from anywhere from doing hobbies that you enjoy and you start getting good at it. So you start building that confidence to the gym and other things like physical stuff to all the way therapy and other things, you know? And I mean, that's kind of part of life, is trying to figure out how can you make yourself happier and everything like that. And, you know, I don't have the answers, but I know that there are ways that you can start. One, by doing things that you enjoy and start getting good at those things, you know? Could be anything from gaming to literally YouTube. I'm not even that good at YouTube, but I sure as hell enjoy it. But by all means, I feel bad if you have felt this way. I felt this way. I get it. If you're short and have 2 or more facial flaws, it's over. There's almost nothing worse than being short, having an overbite, and balding. Let me think about this. So I have a friend who is my height exactly. He might be 5'5". He's also balding. And he's also a larger fella, like a fat guy. He honestly looks like a little meatball. I love him to death. He's a funny dude. And I saw for majority of his life, early life especially, he very much identified as that and became very hateful because of it. Like he was very short-tempered, things. I mean, he has a good friend group. I mean, I'm considering myself his friend too. But, he's married now. And his wife, freaking pretty girl. I think it's a sick marriage and everything like that. But, he had to really build everything else. I mean, he started working out. He's also pretty funny. And he's really good at cooking. Like, really good. And so, like, you build up these things and you don't give up hope. Granted, he did find her later in life. Like, he is older than me and stuff. But still, it's not over, guys. I'm telling you guys, if you guys look at this dude, you're like, he definitely got some flaws. And he's a short guy, but it's still possible, man. But it's going to be harder. I'm not saying that it's easy by any means. The more flaws that you have, the harder it is. But however, it's not impossible. Building up the other things is the best thing I can say in giving you a higher percent chance. I'm just being realistic with it. Obviously, it's going to suck. There's not everything that you can fix. Certain things you can, like your body. Most of the times you can, unless you have like a disability or something like that. But you try to do what you can with what with everything else. Creamy cake for you, crampy for your looks match. Such is life. Her genes, her story. His genes, Dr. Tabin's story. I'm guessing referring to like getting fixed up. I don't know. Who's Dr. Tabin? Okay. Some guy who specializes in cosmetic surgery. Okay. All right, we got another meme here. How male users in the other short sub look at promoting feminism all their lives, only for AOC to diss them. I'm guessing they're referring to r/short because that is a much more positive subreddit. Not always positive, but it is more positive than short guys. But let's see. So we got a guy here who says, but patriarchy causes heightism. Fell for it again award. What I'm going to say to this is, if you're going to be a performative guy that like panders specifically for the reason of women attention or something, I mean, you're a goof. Like, I can agree with them in that sense. But if you're also like genuinely a feminist, like you believe in equality or equity or whatever for both, then that's fine. That just means that you believe in that. And it's okay to believe in something. I don't like phonies, and that's for anyone. But if you actually believe in something, who the fuck cares? But yeah, I mean, we'll move on. I'm guessing they're talking about those that like pander more. All right, definitely not. Don't know what that means. Some type of emoji. How girls feel after reading a book about a 7, 8, 100-year-old werewolf that brutally the fruit. They're referring to the R word. A 4'1", 18-year-old girl and calling it dark romance. What? And then we got Robert Patterson, and yeah, I'm not playing the music because I'm not trying to get demonetized. But yeah, well, that's the thing about fantasy, right? It's like you could argue the exact same thing for these guys that watch like fan service anime or read stuff like that. Like, it's the same thing. It's the flip. Honestly, some of the fan service stuff is very decrepit too, because it'll be like girls in high school or middle school. So like you could argue the exact same thing for the counter, right? So they're both weird. But it's also both fantasies and it's both fictional. So it's like, I don't know. I digress. I don't do either of those, so I don't really know. I honestly hate it when anime does too much fan service. Like it takes away, because it's like, I'm watching this show about the story. Why do they have just freaking like can't even see their eyes level chest? Sometimes I don't even watch anime anymore because it's just too much. Like 7 Deadly Sins, per se. All right, so this one says self-explanatory. We've got tall women here. You should be a supermodel. Wanna get together? Yes, you go, girl. Short women. Cute gamer girl. Here's $1,000. I wish I was short. Good, you can suck it up. Wait, you can suck it standing up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. I thought she was saying something else. Okay. Tall men. I'm gonna climb you like a tree. You make me feel protected. I think he drinks water. That's funny. Short men. Personality. Confidence, bro. Yikes. This is why you... Wait. Personality. Why is that a bad thing? And confidence, bro. That's a good thing. Those are both good things. The yikes isn't good, but what? I'm confused. I'm gonna say short men get more negative feelings towards them than other groups. Probably. However, I don't think that's 100% based on every single situation, because I have also seen tall women get ostracized as well. I think tall men and short women, for sure, they probably get more beneficial stuff in terms of like society, but then it's not exclusive either. Like comparing, again, comparison's the theft of joy. Like, why are we even comparing? But you know, they like to, because they like to have a reason for everything. So it is what it is. Everybody likes to have reasons for why they want to complain. R/short women, short girl problems. It's like a bunch of like goofy problems. And then R/manlit. I don't even know what that means. It's just a guy on his phone. All right, we move on. Lol, this is hilarious. This original post was on R/2X chromosomes. How to approach my brother possibly turning into an incel. Okay. I honestly have no idea what to say to him. He used to be a very progressive and kind of better than men in general when it comes to his views on women. But lately, he has been avoiding topics that have to do with patriarchy he used to have very good arguments against it, which he used to dismantle narratives of other men. But now he pretty much scoffs at the mention of feminism whenever I talk about it. According to him, everybody is equally bad. So a nihilist, okay. In my opinion, the main problem is that he is quite short and has been obsessively watching TikToks that kind of make fun of short men, and those TikToks are often made by women. I don't know why he does this to himself when it obviously causes him to get hurt. It's partly to do with TikTok's algorithms too. What can I tell him to make him not take those TikToks and the comments on them to heart? You know, I don't find that funny because that's an actual thing. Look, and I know when I say this, a lot of the people who don't like me and like my content, talking about incel content, like the IS folks, they're gonna come on here. Hell, the r/short guys, they're probably gonna come on and be like, oh, this guy Cope says this. Look, the reality of it is a lot of your guys' phones and your feed is feeding you things and rage baiting you because they know that that's what you're gonna watch. Because it's the same thing with left people on the political spectrum and right people on the political spectrum watching things in hate towards the others, right? And I hate that this is the way it is because these companies, big tech, they make a lot of money from our views, right? And it's unfortunate that they're perpetuating a hateful and negative society, but, you know, negative and hate, it pays the bills. I mean, look at Jake Paul. A lot of people watch his pay-per-views because they want to see him eventually get knocked out or something like that, right? Like hate watching, right? And these TikTok algorithms and these reels and all that, they're going to feed you this wormhole of, oh, short guys suck because you're watching it. And look, I'm going to be real with you. I rarely ever see any TikToks or reels about this because I've curated my TikToks and reels to literally be like chiropractic videos, tattoos, anime content, because that's stuff I like and it makes me happy. And if I know I'm short and I'm sad about being short, why the hell would I want to watch women talk about them not liking short guys? Obviously, you're not thinking about that because it's just the algorithms playing apart. But once you make a concerted effort to switch that over and curate your TikToks, you're probably gonna be happier because you're not hearing something negative about yourself all the time, right? But again, don't listen to me. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I have no clue what I'm saying, of course, right? But yeah, these guys, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is hilarious," blah blah blah. Let's see. So this one refers to one of the comments in there. You could send him unironic short king memes. Don't do that. A dose of positivity can help shake bad thoughts. See, the problem with that, I don't agree with that because the problem with that it seems disingenuous and condescending. I think the best thing is just genuinely teach him that the world is not like this. It's just that algorithm feed. Now, don't get me wrong, parts of the world can be like that. There are going to be women out there that don't like you for your height. But the reality is there are so many women out there that there's going to be people who like you for other things. Dude, I have a relationship. I know that's like weird to say, but like it's possible, guys. The algorithmic content of TikTok and other social media sites is designated to be addictive. That part I do agree with. It rewards engagement, not positive reception. 100%. Your brother likely doesn't want to see all the negative comments. He wants this dopamine hit from seeing something new. And if it's something that makes him mad enough to stay and watch or leave a negative comment, that counts as even more engagement. I'm not an authority on these matters, but I can recommend the X post to Bro Pill. They usually have decent takes on male positive feminism and deprogramming, pushing back on incel. Huh? Really? Bro Pill? Is that a thing? I mean, I'm not gonna like explore Bro Pill, but if you guys want me to, I could be down. Let's just read some of the headlines. How to mentor boys and men about how to talk to women. This could be something positive. I don't actually know. I don't know. I don't know anything about Bro Pill, so don't take it verbatim, but interesting. That seems like a positive, community. And it actually had a good amount of people in it too. Huh. I don't know much about it though, so I can't promote it by any means. All right, this next one says, women offers me mental help for $50. Oh, brother, what? This sounds goofy as hell. Hey, I'm 17, a female, and saw your post on r/ShortGuys, and I think I can help you. I'm willing to coach you. It's so funny to write like in there as if you're talking. I'm willing to coach you for a bit for $50 per couple of days. Bro, you're texting like a 17-year-old. What the hell? Why would you put what? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so bad. I have Discord and Snap, etc., and can prove I'm actually female and 17, but preferably not on Reddit. This is weird. Dude, this person sucks. I'm with them for this, man, because this is goofy as hell. What? They write, no offense, but how does she intend to help me if, as a woman, she explicitly goes to subreddit for short men who are in a terrible mentally state, who are depressed from loneliness and mental loss, and then try to help them in exchange for payment? I actually do agree with this. 100%. This is some goofy goober shit. Honestly, it's a little gross of her. I mean, she's 17, she's a child, but still you shouldn't be seeking monetary gain from people in a mental state like this. I mean, hell, I could say the exact same thing for also guys like Andrew Tate. He knew the demographic he was going for. So she specifically seeks out desperate people, in the case of short men, to advise them for money. Isn't that exactly what is always criticized in these subreddits, that as a disadvantaged person, you have to make sacrifices just to get help? While other tall and attractive men who have a lot of self-confidence get these conversations for free. Brothers, I tell you, they want to completely fleece and exploit us. They laugh at us every day, despite us, and want to squeeze every last penny out of us because in their eyes, we are inferior beings. Look, the one thing I'll say here is I don't like generalizing that they is all women, because I don't think that's the case for all. However, there are gross women out there that will do that. 100%. I do agree with that. And there's also gross men that would do some things towards other men to exploit them as well. I mean, we see it all the time. These super fucking churches too do it. If I were 1.85 meters tall, I think that's 6 feet, and attractive, they would have written voluntarily. I don't know for certain about that, but you know what? This person, the one who wrote that, that's some goofy shit. Not the OP. OP's fine as of now. But yeah, they're fine. 17 female, sure. Nah, this is some PDF hunter. Yeah, for real. You know what? I will commend some of the incel community. Not all, but some. One thing that I think the general consensus of all incel and also short guys and me and everyone is that we do not F with PDF files. Now, they do say some of the guys, not all, I'm not going to generalize. Some of the guys do say some age things that is really creepy, like the 18 and expiring stuff. I still find that very nasty, but I'm glad that and there's still some file mofs out there, but most of them don't like the, PDF file stuff. All right, this next one says, lol. I'm 5'4" and I absolutely hate r/short guys and other incel stuff because that gives me some insecurities when I was 13, 14. But now I'm 17 and I realize main problem of their getting rejected is their mindset, not height. Look, I just know this community and these incel communities are going to berate this guy because they're attacking their thoughts and views, and no one likes to be attacked in any belief that they have, right? We see it all the time with religion, politics, doesn't matter. What I'm going to say though is good on this guy for not letting it be his mindset. I wish more people could be like that, but I just know saying something like this and targeting r/short guys, they're just going to attack, you know? How do we tell them? See, this is the kind of thing I don't like, because why are you pushing each other down? I don't get that. We should commend each other for being confident and being proud or being anything or any form of success. Hell, I hope that all the r/short guys out here, don't matter how much you hate me or how much you think I'm coping or whatever, I hope you guys do great things. I hope you guys get women. I hope you guys get confidence. I hope you guys like literally love yourselves. I hope it all does well. And if you do and you change your mindset or whatever, that's freaking awesome. I'm not going to be over here making memes about like, oh, look at this guy. Just wait until he sees the truth, the black pill. I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping all of you guys do great things. And all of my followers, all of you guys watching this. I think there needs to be just more positivity rather than us just pushing each other down. We are our own worst enemies when it comes to being guys and stuff, you know? Same with women. I can't read that one because it is probably get me demonetized, but I'll read this next one. It says lifts at one wedding, 5'6" versus no lifts at another, 5'4". So one guy's wearing lifts. What's wrong with that? I don't get this. Context. My entire family attended a big party some time ago. Here are the stats of me and my siblings. My brother, who's 5'11" and a half, 210 pounds. Brother 2 is 5'10". My sister, who's 5'7" and a half, and then me, that's 5'4". So suffice to say, that's me. You are really light though, 128. Wow, I can't remember last time I was 128. Probably before I started working out. So suffice to say, I stand out a bit amongst them, and people do often make comments or jokes about it. Well, days after the party, my dad, who's 5'10", randomly came over with a pair of lifts he bought and gave them to me, saying I should wear them at social events. He usually hates to even acknowledge my height at all, so this was really unexpected. I personally never cared to wear lifts before, but figured F it. I have them now, so might as well try them on out at the couple of 2 weddings. Wedding 1, I ended up forgetting to pack them, so I just wore my normal dress shoes and tuxedo. A week later, I wore them to wedding 2, also with a tux. All I have to say is effing damn, I did not expect such a significant difference in my social experience once I put them on. You can see how I looked with them on in the pictures above. Main upgrade. Oh, you know what? I can actually attest to some of this. I'm going to tell you guys my experience with lifts because I have them too, and I wear platform shoes all the time. And I can actually agree with probably some of the stuff that he's going to say. All right, main upgrades. 1, people do this thing with short guys that they just ignore or general presence overall unless you make a distinct effort at conversation. I do agree with this. I think you have to peacock more as a short guy because your natural stature doesn't peacock for you. Meaning like gravitate or attention. Unless you have like a very extroverted personality or something, then maybe. And even when you do, they'll typically give you short answers and move on, especially if they're like 5'11". They do not do this with other guys that are their height and can stand around and talk with them indefinitely. I'm going to say that is the case sometimes. I think you have to put in more effort to peacock for sure. You can talk to people taller. It's just you have to be very top level at one specific trait, like comedy. You're really funny or something, or like you're really good at dancing or something like that. Then they'll be able to notice you, you know. But in terms of just pure first-hand notice, yeah, this I can agree with. This was noticeably diminished, especially with strangers who wore when I wore lifts and was 5'6" compared to no lifts at 5'4". You actually don't even realize how much people are realistically ignoring you socially until you increase your height like this, and they do it significantly less. I do have something I can agree with this, and my own personal experience. 2, people with more receptive towards me, and I did make a combo with them, Combos later lasted on average or lasted longer, and people were more interested in me overall and treated me with more respect, which I didn't realize was somewhat absent before. This is especially true to other guys in the 5'6" to 5'11" range. More attention from females, going from being shorter to the average girl to at 5'4" to taller or at least the same height as them, or as many of them to 5'6", made a real difference in how they acted towards me. Assuming this trend continues as one gets taller, I can't even imagine how easy 6'0" guys must have it. Yeah, I can attest to some of this. I'm gonna say some things after. What didn't change: 6 feet plus normies and chads were still too tall to reasonably interact with, and still almost entirely ignored my presence in both cases, aside from quick interactions. With that, if they're just bad people, for sure. I have met a lot of tall people in my life that didn't look down on me. I think it has to do with like just how they were raised. And then I don't know. I think with me having tattoos, working out, also being very extroverted, it's hard for them not to, because I know this is really effed up to say, but a lot of these like 6 feet normie guys, they're boring as hell. Like not all of them, but a lot of them. And so when I step in a room looking the way I do, first off, I'm Asian with neck tattoos, and you know, say whatever you want about those. I also, my main goal is to make somebody laugh in life and like ever. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes, depending on where I am, I stand out a lot more than these like plain ass Chad dudes. So yeah, I mean, it depends as well. I'll say on that part. My friends and family that I've obviously known for a very long time treated me similarly in both cases, except I got a teeny bit more "wow, you look good" type of comments from when I started wearing the lifts. TLDR, I always kind of thought that guys who went out of their way to purchase wear these lifts were insecure about their height. My stance has 100% changed on that. Even if I don't care that much, society absolutely does. And I had a much better social experience at 5'6" than 5'4". It makes complete sense to wear them in social settings, and I'd honestly recommend trying them if you haven't yet. You know what? I kind of agree with this to an extent. You will legit notice a difference. It sucks that we have to do like this in the first place, but be it as you may, we'll use the potential advantages available to us. Also, I completely understand why people here urge me to get the lifts to, or leg lengthening to 5'7". Now, to be honest, it'd be a massive. Okay, here's the thing with leg lengthening. It's got too many negatives, too many detrimental health benefits. Not benefits, negatives for me to ever promote that. I don't think you should do it. I mean, maybe in the future, if there's like something that just guaranteed that there's no like long-term damage, there's just too much joint damage, muscle damage, all that, and it costs all that. So I'm gonna veto that one in my recommendations. You're an adult, do whatever you want. However, with the leg lift thing, I will say, so for most of my life, I was madly insecure at the beginning, right? I started getting more secure and confident when I started getting noticed because of tattoos. I'm gonna be just blatantly obvious, you know? So being 5'4" and no tattoos to 5'4" and, well, I'm gonna say the first thing that gave me more female attention was working out. That was the first thing. I'm gonna go from like, I'm gonna put numbers. Obviously, these are arbitrary and don't take them for face value, but I hope this helps somebody, by the way, or even to understand how short guys work. But before, I was a nerdy Asian guy, didn't work out, skinny fat, no tattoos or anything like that. Also, like, no confidence because of that, right? I would attract, like, gosh, a few girls on dating apps here and there, never in person, really. And even on dating apps, there weren't really women that I would be attracted to now, if you get my drift. Then working out. Working out was the first thing. Working out and having a job. I know that sounds weird, but that gives you a little bit more confidence in a sense of like, oh, I at least can take care of myself. So that and working out, that increased, I'm going to say, my attractiveness in women. A substantial margin, but still not like a lot. I started getting more matches online. And I also got attention from a few women out in the public, right? But it was still not a lot by any means, especially compared to these 6'3" chads that they like to say, right? But I'm also not comparing. I'm just comparing myself to myself. Now, the next big jump, I'm talking like like landing on the moon type beat, bruh, was when I got tattoos. And I know I'm not telling you guys to, you know, do something permanent like get tattoos. Only do that if you actually want to and if that's something that's your vibe. But it has something to do with the bad boy factor, the uniqueness of it. And people started actually finding me like more interesting, I'm gonna say. I think it also took away from the whole like, oh, he's just a funny guy who's, you know, whatever, until like, whoa, he's a funny guy, but he's also like got that edge to him kind of thing and uniqueness. The tattoos, God, it night and day. I started getting a lot more attention in person. Women started approaching me, asking me about my tattoos. And I got more matches on dating apps for sure. Like huge margin. Still not like as much as some guys, but I'm not comparing. Like comparing myself to earlier, a lot more. Then the next big thing that I'm gonna say, it was more of like the sprinkle on top. It did affect it. Is what this guy's talking about with lifts and platform shoes. So I started wearing Doc Martens. I don't think I have them. Let me bring them. So yeah, I got these bad boys and they have 2-inch lifts roughly. So that added 2 inches to my height. I just wore these and I already started noticing my dating pool and attention pool did go up a little bit. I'm not going to say it was as big as the tattoo difference, but it was a little bit different. And here's another thing that I want to point out. All these things that I'm adding also attributed to my confidence too. So that boosted my attention with women a lot more as well. So you can, I don't know if there's a pinpoint thing that you can say like, oh, that exact thing made women like me more, or if it's the confidence, but I think both of them coincide together to add more attractiveness to you. And then I also got the lifts eventually. I got these like lifts. They add like, well, these are dirty, but they added like, this one adds like 1.5 inches, and then I have another one that adds 2 inches, exactly like this guy. And if you double stack, if you put them in the shoes, I become 5'8", 5'7". My advice with you guys on using lifts is, yeah, if you have them, use them, but at the same time, don't solely depend on it. It's very similar to what I would say with women and makeup and using heavy makeup. It's fine to use makeup. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're trying to look good for first impressions. You shouldn't judge people for wanting to use whatever at their disposal, just like men, just like women. But at the same time, you have to face the harsh reality that when the girl takes off her makeup, that's how she looks. When a guy takes off their lifts, that's how they look. And we shouldn't be as judgmental as human beings, so forth. But for first impressions, it is what it is. Let's read one more before I go, because I know that was a long like monologue. All right. Last one of the day, just for laughs. A girl posted that the black pill didn't matter except for height. I called her out, and the first thing she did was insult my appearance. Yeah, but that's just a shitty ass girl, bro. You shouldn't even be talking and entertaining that. Classic. If someone goes for your appearance as an insult or as an answer of an argument, it means you have won. I do agree with that. I mean, again, if someone's attacking your appearance, they just don't know how to win that argument. Losers will be losers. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to end it on this note. I love you guys so much. If you're a short guy out there, or hell, if you're anyone out there, I hope you're doing amazing and great things come to you. Don't matter who you are. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great one. If you guys are new to my channel and you enjoyed content like this, we do stuff like this almost every single day. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe and notification bell. We also stream like once a week. So I hope to catch you guys then too. Love you guys so much. Have a great night. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.